Welcome to the wedding series.
In case you haven't met yet, this is my husband Andy. He popped the question last July with the most amazing proposal and got it all on camera. We decided to capture the whole planning process, so join us as we get ready for the big day.
It is so nice to finally be able to talk to you guys about the wedding because it's over now. It's been about a month and a half since the big day, and I can finally talk to you guys about it, talk about all that went into planning it. It was a lot. Today's video is going to be the first one of like a little wedding series to come. I'm going to talk about choosing the perfect venue, which is today. Next one's going to be the dress. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm filming in like an empty room right now. So I do want to do like a little bit of home decor afterwards, show you guys how I set up our new place. But I think before I overwhelm you guys, we should start off with the first one, which is choosing a wedding venue. I need help with this, so I thought I'd bring along my co-pilot because he helped plan the entire thing. Bring in Andy. Andy. I feel like Kelly Ripa right now. Come on over here, Ryan.
You just call me Ryan Seacrest?
Yep. Meet my husband. Oh my God, I'm not wearing my wedding rings.
I'll just sit here and drink my coffee.
That was a close one. So wedding venue. This is the most important part to start planning your wedding.
You have to do it first.
Yes, basically chooses everything. It chooses the date that you get married on.
And choose the things you do yourself and the things that the venue does, like depending on the venue, it sets it over what you need to go get and what you don't need to get.
I want to say we started looking for this late September. We knew kind of what we were looking for. We have big families.
Lots of people. Andy
is full Indian. I am half, so you guys can imagine there's a lot of people that were going to be at this wedding.
So we needed room for at least 220 people. Which may sound like a lot to you, but to our family that was small. We knew we wanted a place in the city because we didn't want to be out in the middle of nowhere. We wanted to try to find a place where we could control the bar. We wanted to staff the bar and plan all that ourselves.
Drinks are expensive.
Oh, we didn't want like those crazy patterned floors that hotel ballrooms have.
When he says we, he means me.
That limited us right off the bat, which helped. It actually helped us narrow down choices. And then we picked about 5 or 6 places that we went and saw in like 2 days. And so we'll take you along and show you some of those. Before
we start though, I think my biggest advice to anybody getting married is choose a venue that best represents you guys as a couple. For us, our biggest struggle was trying to find something that felt like us, and there was a lot of beautiful places. A lot of the ones that we looked at were great options for anybody. Like if you guys book these places, amazing, but it just didn't feel like us. I'm gonna flash to the day that we began looking for our wedding venues.
Holy moly, we are about to go and look at our first wedding venue. Andy has like this big long list of places he wants to check out, so we literally sent an email last night asking, can we get in today? We're available from this time to this time. So a few people actually got back to us last night, a few this morning, so we're just gonna kind of go with the day, see where it takes us, and check out a few places. Should we go so we're not late?
Let's do it. So the first venue we looked at was called Waterview. It's right on the water in False Creek, right near Yaletown. Beautiful space, had big windows, and was in the city. Our biggest problem with it was way too small.
Andy was trying to show me how the tables would be in the room, and I was like, that just doesn't seem realistic. And also, something that kind of stuck out to me was the fact that there was a lot of pillars in the room, so we were kind of just breaking up the room, and I didn't really like that. I really liked an open floor plan, and there wasn't enough room for a dance floor, and you cannot have that with our families. Okay. One thing that I did like about this, because obviously you wouldn't be able to fit a full ceremony in here, they mentioned having a wedding outside, which that is amazing. That would have been the dream, but we chose to have a wedding in the spring, and spring in Vancouver, that ain't gonna happen. Venue number 2.
So this was the Law Courts right in downtown Vancouver. It's got this big, beautiful sloped glass ceiling, and this venue is huge. This was the one I actually thought was gonna work the best for us. There were just a couple of things that didn't quite work for us here. Number one, the statues. There's some big old statues that have been in there forever, and they said there was no way to move them. The only thing you could do was cover them up with like drapes. And then there was the stairs where the head table would have been, had some old carpet from the 1960s on there.
That was a no-go for me. I do not like old carpet. And I just wasn't crazy about all the concrete pillars in here as well. I thought it would just be hard to decorate. But then they had another space. So this was like venue number 3. As soon as I saw this space looking out at the city, and the coordinator told us that you could get married here, and my heart instantly was like,
yeah, we thought it would be a great spot for a ceremony.
I don't think it could have fit 200 plus people, which again was what we were looking for, but that city view, gorgeous. But then you come inside and you see, it was a restaurant during the day, and it just felt like it was a restaurant. Like it had that banquet room vibe. I just wasn't crazy about that. Venue number 4. This is us driving to UBC. The campus, it almost just feels like you're in a completely different city, because it kind of is. It's literally in its own little hub of its own in here in Vancouver.
It was inside the alumni hall. It had 2 separate spaces, which was kind of important for us. It's one of the things we wanted to do. We knew we wanted to have like the ceremony and the reception in the same space. We didn't want our guests to have to travel from one venue to another. We wanted to find a space that we could flip, so it would flip from ceremony to reception. In order to do the flip, you either need a huge space you can split in half, or have 2 areas. And this venue actually had an upstairs where the ceremony and reception would have happened, and a downstairs area where we would have had like the cocktail hour and mingling.
Then you go upstairs, and again, this was big enough to fit all of our people, but it just didn't feel like a space for a wedding.
Yeah, it felt more like a meeting room.
Yeah.
It looked like a meeting, it was a meeting room.
Yeah.
Obviously the wall's up in the middle right now, but that middle wall comes down and it all becomes one big space. But it was just, yeah, it just felt like a meeting space. We were still even considering it until we looked out the windows and saw the little, what do you call it, a little hill that was covered in students. We just didn't know if we wanted to share our wedding with that group of people just hanging out there.
Pretty much.
Also, neither of us actually went to UBC, so there wasn't an attachment to that area. As much as it's a beautiful space, it just didn't feel like a venue for us. This venue was also actually the first one that said you can bring your own bar in and your own caterer, which, me working in the restaurant business, makes everything easier.
Venue number 5. This is a quick one.
This is a venue that I've catered at before. I love. It's the Yaletown Roundhouse. It's the community center in Yaletown in an old rail station building. And it's just a beautiful space.
Andy really sold me on this one, and I was excited. We've finally gone in to see it, but you're gonna see us walk right out, right away.
Because unless we were willing to get married in January or in 2018,
it just wasn't gonna happen. Venue number 6. This one was gorge.
This was the Stanley Park Pavilion. It's right inside Stanley Park, and if you don't know what Stanley Park is, it's Vancouver's largest park. It's actually bigger than Central Park in New York.
It's Vancouver's Central Park. This one we had no control over. Like, they would have to control bar, food,
a little bit of the tables and chairs.
Yes.
All those things.
It was a little bit more strict, and this is one that we just wanted to look at just to kind of clear our minds, to see what our options were.
And this one also would have been less stress, because they do everything so you don't have to do as much work.
They had a space just outside of the hall where you could actually get married in the garden.
It was a beautiful garden.
Again, so beautiful. If you're having like a summer wedding, this would be ideal. And then you'd go inside, and there was this perfect little spot to have a cocktail hour.
Yeah.
It was literally outside of the main hall, so it was perfect to kind of separate all of our guests, keep them entertained. And then the actual venue itself, you would walk in through these doors, and
beautiful white walls.
it's literally a wedding for Pinterest in here. You wouldn't have to do much decor at all. Abby told me it was possible to fit 200 people in there. I didn't really see how that was possible.
It was going to be a tight fit. And then we, for the cocktail, we loved the bar out there.
Yeah.
But for the reception, we wanted the bar to be in the hall, and this meant people were going to leave to go to the bar. And then we kind of gave up.
For like a month, maybe a month and a half. We had my birthday, we went to Disneyland.
That was fun. Check the blog out right here.
Right here?
Oh, right here? There? I don't know.
So,
maybe here.
and then we heard about this one place. Actually, Andy did. I think one of his co-workers had been to a wedding here, and she was like, hey, you need to check this spot out.
So it's called the Pipe Shop. It's actually in North Vancouver, where they used to fit pipes into ships, and just a year before our wedding, they'd opened it up for private events.
Really had to wait 2 weeks to
view the venue,
to actually go inside and see what it looked like. Before that, it was just us like standing outside, peeking through the windows.
Well, so what happened was so what happened was there was a place, a thing, and the people. We knew we had to wait 2 weeks for an appointment. We'd already been procrastinating and so nervous and so turned off by the fact that we couldn't find a venue that we said, you know what, forget it. We're just gonna go and we're gonna look at it. And we just peeked our eyes and just looked. And Trina and I both looked at each other and we were like, we must have this venue.
Everything that I had started pinning on Pinterest was this building.
It was old. It had these old posts that were kind of torn apart, exposed drywall, big giant glass windows. And oh yeah, when you look right across the water,
city!
There's downtown Vancouver right there.
It's gorgeous. It's literally, I just want to go there right now. It was the perfect spot for us. It had a really rustic feel in it, but
it had like raw concrete floors.
Yeah.
Walls weren't painted.
No ugly carpet. But I knew that you could totally make this place glam, and you also didn't have to do a lot of decor, which I really like too, and just kind of go with the look of the building. I knew right from there, this was it. We talked to Kate and she told us that it was about to go under major renovations.
The place had no bathrooms. There was a portable outside if you wanted to use it instead. And so they were adding bathrooms in. Kate gave us a couple of options for dates. We knew the one we wanted that worked best for us. And she said to call her and let her know if we were serious and wanted to book the venue. And we said, we'll let you know today. And she said she needed to know today as well.
We went home.
We didn't even make it home. We went to the car.
No, but then we like flipped out about it in the car and we were like, whoa, I really think this is good. This is it.
We're like, we can't lose this date.
We talked to our parents. They were like, yep, if you want it, go for it. We were ready to make a decision, call her, yep, that's our date, let's move forward. We couldn't get a hold of her. I think we harassed her. We were like, Andy, what if we lost it? She said there's other couples looking. You were at work, you got the call and she's like, yeah, it's totally yours. And then you called me and you were like,
we got the venue.
April 23rd, we're getting married. And then I flipped out about it because I was like, I need a day to like process everything. That's how I am with life, but that was it.
And we got our venue.
Stay tuned for video number 2, which is gonna be me choosing the wedding dress. That right there, most stressful part of the entire wedding. Well, like of my entire life.
Wasn't for me.
Yes.
I had nothing to do with it.
No, but you had to hear about it for like however many months it was, and
we had to leave the country just to find it.
That is true.
It's a little tease for next time.
That is true. Stay tuned for that video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel to see more videos. You guys can also check out my vlog channel, Life with Trina. You'll see more of Andy and the behind the scenes of the wedding planning over there. I'm gonna put a link right here. Check it out. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Oh, by the way, follow Andy at 604 Andy on Instagram.